Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, comment down below what you want to see in the future, click that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on my post notifications. That way you lovely people get notified every single time I upload a video. In today's video, we are going to go into chapter 40 of As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. This will probably be the last video I pre-filmed today, or right now at least, because it's starting to, I can't breathe out my nose, so I feel like I sound nasally, I guess you could say, or like you can't really understand what I'm trying to say. At least that's how my brain is processing it. But let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics of foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off the video now. You have been warned. Alrighty, chapter 40. Her parents were already in bed by the time Pip got home, waiting up for her. Well, one half of them was. I said don't be too late, her mom hissed, squinting through the weak light given off by her bedside lamp. We're up at 8 for Adventureland. It's only just past midnight, Pip said, shrugging from their doorway. Apparently late nights are a lot later than that in college. I'm in training. Her dad grunted from his half-sleep, book open and cradled on his chest. Oh, and just so you know, I lost my phone earlier, Pip whispered. What? When? Her mom said, trying and failing to keep her voice down. Another grunt of agreement from her dad. No idea what it was or what he was agreeing with. On my run, I think, Pip said. Must have bounced out of my pocket and I didn't realize it. I'll replace it next week, don't worry. You need to be more careful with your things, her mom sighed. Well, Pip was going to lose or break a lot more than just her phone tonight. Yeah, I know, adulting, she said. Training for that too. Anyway, I'm going to bed now. Night. Good night, sweetie, her mom said, an accompanying grunt from her dad. Pip closed their door gently, and as she walked across the landing, she could hear her mom telling her dad to put the book down if he was already asleep, for God's sake. Pip stepped inside her bedroom, shutting the door behind her loudly, not loud enough to wake up an already grumpy Josh, but loud enough for her mom could hear her settling in for the night. It smelled like bleach in here, and Pip checked the inside of her closet, bending down to look into the bucket, floating lumps of clothing and duct tape. She prodded her sneakers back down, farther into the liquid. The blue markings on their sides had begun to bleach to white, disappearing against the material, and had the bloodstains on her toes. Good. Everything was going to plan. Except not quite. She was already late for meeting Ravi. She hoped he wasn't sitting there, panicking, although she knew him better than hope. Pip just had to wait a few minutes more for her mom to fall asleep. She double-checked everything in her backpack again, repacking the items in the order she thought she'd need them. She looped another hair tie around her ponytail, tying it into a loose bun, and then pulled one of those beanies over her head to secure it all, tugging in any stray strands of hair. Then she pulled out her backpack and waited by her bedroom door, cracking it open, moving it a half-inch at a time so it made no noise. Pip peeked her head out and stared down at the landing, watching the weak yellow light in the gap beneath her parents' door cast from her mom's bedside lamp. She could already hear the soft rumbling of her dad's snores, using the in and out to measure the time slipping away from her. The light cut out, leaving only darkness behind, and Pip gave it a few more minutes. Then she closed her bedroom door and walked across the hall, steps careful and quiet, down the stairs, remembering this time to step over the one that creaked, third up from the bottom, out the front door into the cold again, leaning into the door slowly so it would sound like it made, so the only sound it made was the clink of the lock sliding into the mechanism. Her mom was a heavy sleeper anyway, had to be considering the grunting, snoring man she was next to. Pip walked down her drive past her parked car onto Thatcher Road, turning right even though it was late and dark. She was walking alone. She didn't feel afraid, or if she did, it was dull, kind of afraid, an ordinary kind of fear, near unremarkable when placed beside the terrors she felt just a few hours ago. Its marks still all over her. Pip spotted the car first, a black Audi, waiting on the corner of the intersection where Pip's road met Max's road. Ravi must have seen her, the headlights in Max's car blinking on, carving two white funnels through the black of midnight. Past midnight, quite a lot past midnight. Ravi would have been panicking about the time, she was sure, but she was here now. Pip used her sleeve to open the door and dropped into the passenger seat. It's 18 minutes past. Ravi turned to her, eyes wide with dread, just as she thought they'd be. I've been waiting. I thought something had happened to you. Sorry, she said, using her sleeve to close the door again. Nothing bad. It's just running a bit late. A bit late is like 6 minutes, he said, refusing to back down. That's how late I was. Took longer to walk through the woods to Max's house than I thought. 18 minutes is a lot late. How did everything go with you? Pip asked, leaning forward to press her forehead against his in the way he always did to her, to take one half of her headaches or half of her nerves, and he said, and here Pip took on half his fear because it was the ordinary kind and she could handle it. It worked, Ravi's face relaxing a little as she pulled away. Yeah, he said. Yeah, everything's good on my end. Went to the ATM and the gas station, paid for everything on my card. Yeah, good. Rahul commented that I seemed distracted, but he just thought I had an argument with you or something. All fine. Mom and Dad think I'm asleep. What about your end? How did everything go? She nodded. I don't know how, but everything went okay. Somehow got everything I needed from Max's. Did you pick up the car okay? Clearly, he said, indicating around the dark car with his eyes. Of course, he has a fucking nice car too. It seemed quiet inside the house, still dark. Did it take him long to pass out? 15-20 minutes, she replied. Matt had to hit him to buy me more time, but I think that will work better with the narrative. Ravi thought about that for a moment. Yes, and maybe Max will think that's why he has a giant headache in the morning. And his phone, Connor and Jamie planted it around 9:30ish, 9:40. I made the call to Epps right after. And your alibi, he asked. I'm covered from 9:41 to just after midnight. Lots of cameras. Mom heard me go to bed. Ravi nodded to himself, staring through the windshield at the air floating through the piercing headlights. Let's hope we've managed to push the time of death by 3 hours at least then. Speaking of, Pip said, reaching into her backpack, we need to get back quickly and turn him again. He's already been on one side a while. She pulled out a handful of latex gloves, passing a pair over to Ravi, as well as her other beanie. Thanks, he said, pulling the hat on, Pip helping him to tuck in any stray hairs. Then he removed the purple mittens he had already been wearing, stretching his hands inside the clear gloves. These were all I could find at home, my mom's. He passed the purple mittens to Pip, who shoved them into her backpack. Guess I know what I'm getting her for her next birthday. He started the car, the engine humming quietly, vibrating under Pip's lungs. Backroads, he said. Backroads, Pip replied. Let's go. That is the end of chapter 39. Not chapter 39, chapter 40. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.